welcome back to another episode of the Rap Dad Podcast. I'm Junes, and as always, across from me...
Hey, it's Melancholy.
Damn,
just getting
straight.
hydrated.
Yeah, he's just here chugging waters.
That's what I do.
That's what he does. You ever seen this guy shotgun a fucking, like a death water? It's fucking
liquid,
crazy.
just a liquid death, just fucking shotgun it.
Just tall can shotgunning it. Dude, he parties. Just in a fucking responsible way.
Oh, man.
Anyways, we are back with another episode. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for liking. Thank you for following. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you. Appreciate it.
For all the things.
Mm-hmm. All the things and most of the stuff.
Most of it.
Yeah, most of it. Obviously, if you're not following us yet, you should do so. You can follow us, contact us directly on Instagram at The Rap Dad Podcast. You can follow me at Reno Junes. You can follow Melancholy at Melancholy775. You should also follow us on our YouTube channel. We started that a few months back. We got episodes, clips, all that good stuff. Make sure you like and subscribe. We got a playlist on Spotify as well of all the music, the guests' music, our reviews, yada, 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 yada. And as always, it's down in the description.
Always.
So just go ahead, get down there, click it, like it, follow it, listen to it. And enough about us. Tonight, we got a guest.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, man. We got a wrestling fan. We got an MC. We got a horror enthusiast. We have SinsHere.
Hello, that's me.
What up, man? How you doing?
I am awesome.
It's cool to have you on here.
Yeah.
For some of you
Long
folks
time in the making.
who may not know, he's been a fan of the podcast, and he always shares it. And I can safely say I think one of our biggest supporters of the podcast.
Oh,
Easily.
yeah, for sure.
And also for all you guys that watch the YouTube videos, the little graphic in the beginning of our name and everything, he made that for us.
He did.
Yeah.
He's like, I can make you guys something, because the first episode we just were like, episode 54.
We don't know what we're doing.
He's like, I can make you something, and it goes with the song, and it fits, and it's so dope. So thank you for that.
Yeah,
once
Absolutely.
again.
I love doing it.
Yeah, man, I'm stoked to have you on because we have a lot to talk about. You have a bunch of music that you've put out, 2018, 19, 20. Pretty consistent with that. You've gotten some rap beefs. You guys have, a similarity of liking of wrestling, obviously. So we got some
buddy.
stuff to talk there.
Yeah.
You got
Hell
new
yeah.
music coming out. You're working at the Dark Corner of the Haunted House, right? Is that what it's called, the Dark Corner?
Dark Corner Hunt, yep.
Yep. So we got a lot to talk about.
Staying
I'm excited.
busy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to, yeah.
It's good. Sometimes that's just what you got to do. Just got to stay busy. But before we do all that, as someone that listens to the podcast and someone that's a rapper and that's a guest on here, we got to throw it back a little bit and go back to who...
Oh, hold on. Socials.
Oh.
Got it. Yeah, I got it.
Before we get into shit, we want your social media so people can follow you and find your music. You got to let them know.
You got to let them know.
You know what? I was going to, and then I saw that Honeydew podcast with Prof, and I think I'm just going to, let him decide. I'll do it later. I'll do it later.
You already heard us. It's down in the description.
That's true, too. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you heard it here. If you guys like the episode, hit the description, give the follows.
There we go.
Yeah, so I want to know a little bit kind of what molded you into the man you are now, how you got into music. Are you from Reno? So let's take it back to, the younger SinsHere.
Okay. Well, actually, I've only been SinsHere for 12 years, maybe.
Okay.
I was Big Mac first.
Okay.
Yeah. My last name's McDonald, and I was like, you know what? I might get sued if this becomes a thing. So I should probably, probably change my name. And then I kind of took it from Cutting Linguists. You know how they had I know what the amalgamation of two words to make one. So I was like, you know what? I don't know where it came from. I just thought SinsHere. Ooh, I like that. SinsHere. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I thought that was pretty cool,
clever,
too.
for
Yeah,
sure,
the
yeah.
way it's spelled
you.
is cool. Definitely. Original. A lot of rappers don't do that nowadays.
Yeah,
There's
for
no
sure.
Junes or some stupid shit, so.
Yeah, Melancholy, like some asshole.
No, that's cool. But when did you start making music? Have you always just rapped? Do you play instruments? I mean, let's get into the thick of it a little bit.
I think I've been writing since
Young
I was
Big Mac.
Since I was 8 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, had a shitty childhood, and then I kind of lost myself in the paper and the pen. I was writing about stuff that didn't really matter. I'm like a kid, just writing about things I thought I was supposed to write about.
Yeah.
Formulaic, listen to Eminem and stuff like that. And then after I got an Eminem, and I started heard Atmosphere and Sage Francis, and then I was like, oh, I can write about stuff that matters. So then I started going from there and started writing about my issues with family life and girl problems and alcoholism in my family, shit like that. So,
yeah, the filter of life, music, which is I think one of the best things. So when did you like find like atmosphere and like change your whole like perception about what you could write about and the type of music you can make and start writing about your life? How old were you at that point?
I think I first heard Atmosphere when I was like 14, 15. And I was like, oh, this is all right. Like I heard Trying to Find a Balance. And then I listened to some of their other stuff and I was like, this is kind of weird. And then I revisited it when I was like 19, 20. I was like, this is amazing. Why did I fuck with this before? So then, just from there, I've been kind of, Atmosphere taught me how to write honestly, for sure. And then I kind of have been trying to be overly honest in my music ever since.
I'd say so.
But there is a genre for that. There's like this whole. It's almost like fake for artists. Like they're really
definitely
they're just a little bit over the typical line.
Yeah,
they're letting you have a little bit of a bigger peek behind the curtain than most people. So it's not like you're just out there being like, hope this works. You fit in great with a lot of genres like that.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So before like you found Atmosphere and stuff like that, were you like a hip hop fan in general or music in general? Like what were you digging on before the backpacker invasion?
Like Eminem, Dr. Dre, The Game. I fucked with Exhibit hardcore.
Okay.
Yeah, all the good stuff, fucking X, Multiply, Marshall Mathers LP. I still listen to heavy. If I'm having a bad day, I'm like, I just need to listen to some angry music. Just that whole. I think I listened to Atmosphere, like 50 Cent, G Unit. Like I still listen to Lloyd Banks and stuff too.
Okay.
Pretty much the same shit as us.
purpose.
Yeah, exactly. So definitely what was popular at the time for sure, and then
but also
very similar
the
to
good stuff
my
too,
kind
though,
of. Oh yeah, no, that's
because there's a whole lot of popular shit that's fucking trash. So.
Especially now, especially now.
Yeah, it's like
more so now.
D4L was going on around that time.
Oh yeah, was that Laffy Taffy?
Yeah. Dem Franchise Boys, all that stuff.
Yeah, that was awkward.
The Shot Boys. There was a lot of boys back then.
Hot Boys.
Yeah.
Hot Boys.
504 Boys.
504 Boys.
Yeah, it was like the Lil thing.
Yeah. It was just like...
My boys.
It was a bunch of boys, and all their rap names started with Lil. Like...
There's a lot of them for sure.
Oh, God.
The rap groups were something other than the boys.
Man. Yeah.
And all of them were Lil something.
Yeah. Or Young. Lil or Young.
Well, they're boys.
Fuck, what do you expect?
Oh, man. So you've been writing for a long time. You've been writing probably semi-serious about serious topics for, how old are you?
I'm 34 in November.
Okay.
Next month,
Okay. Well, happy early birthday.
Thank you, sir.
And I'd say, over a decade, easy.
For sure.
When did you decide to actually try to take it serious and be like, I think I want to put this out for people?
When I was like 12.
Yeah?
Yeah, my dad bought me a Radio Shack piano, like an 88 key, and I made music with the little preset things on there. I was like, I didn't know it. It was like I didn't know I couldn't do that because it's like copyright.
Yeah,
like that probably belongs to Radio Shack or Casio or whoever. And I was like, these are cool. And I started making beats when I was that age, and I just started writing and trying to write about my surroundings back then. So I've been saying that I'm like a 25 to lifer for like a year or two now.
Damn, that's pretty crazy, because a lot of people, that we've had on here and that I know like music that young, but they don't, it's very rarely they delve in like that, where they're like taking that much time to be that creative with it. I mean, shit, I loved hip hop music and like very influenced by it at a very early age, but I definitely wasn't trying to make beats.
No.
I don't think I was until I was like 20.
Yeah,
one or some shit like that. So that's pretty fucking cool. So it's been safe to say a passion for quite a long time now.
Yeah, I've tried quitting many times because it just kills me sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm self-taught with everything. Like you asked if I played instruments. It's like, I play piano very poorly. I just sit there. Oh, I know the chord. Do 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 do. No, that doesn't work. Hold on. Do do. I just figure it out.
Yeah.
So it's all a process.
I mean, shit, dude, there's a lot of guitar players that are like, I can't read music.
Yeah.
I don't know how to read sheet music.
A lot.
Yeah.
Like fucking James, but Hetfield.
Yeah.
I think that's how you pronounce his last name, from Metallica. Like, I can't read music. I don't know how to read sheet music, but he fucking rips the guitar and has been doing it for
Exactly.
He just taught himself how to play. It's like, I know how to play chords and shit, and I can sit there and look at somebody play and go, I can play that.
Yeah.
It's because he fucking mastered it. You spent the time being shitty at it for so many years.
What sounds he wants to make, you know?
Well, it's like that with anything that you love, though.
Sure.
I mean, especially with rapping, you know, it's like you got to be. Most people are pretty awful at it for a while.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it takes some goddamn time.
Yes.
But listening to good music that helps kind of mold how you want to write and the type of music you want to portray, and that helps a lot too, I think. You know, when you're influenced by, like, you know, garbage can rappers, it's just you're just setting yourself up for failure for the most part.
When you're listening to all the boys, you know.
Yeah, when you're listening to all the little boys, the Pet Shop Boys, the little Pet Shop Boys. Yeah, no, definitely.
So, are you from Reno or this area?
So I'm like from Westwood, so like 2 hours from here, like Northern California.
Okay.
It's like 15 minutes outside of Susanville.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes more sense in my brain.
Yeah, but I've lived here for 12, 13 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, damn. Yeah, when you said Westwood, I instantly was like, it's got to be in California.
I had no fucking idea.
I just was
lost.
Is it outside L.A.?
Weirdly enough, I left from Westwood to that same Westwood in Los Angeles. I lived there for like 2 months. Yeah.
You're moving to Westwood. They're like, you already live in
Yeah,
Westwood.
yeah, exactly.
It's a different one.
No,
I only live in Westwoods. You'd be surprised how many there are across America.
Oh, man.
And then I found out it was like I was in Applebee's telling, like this lady's like, I'm from LA. I was like, oh yeah, I lived there for a minute. She's like, where'd you live? I was like, Westwood. She's like, oh, that's like gay LA. I was like, it's gay. Oh, all right. Like Hollywood. All right, yeah. She gave me a look.
Shit. Like, so what? It was a nice ass neighborhood. Fuck off.
It really was. It really was. Yeah. People walking their dogs, they had shoes on and shit. Yeah.
It's like
rare.
It's like when you go
rare
to
in LA.
It's like when you go to the Castro. It's the cleanest fucking neighborhood, man.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
everything's nice. There's garbage cans where they should be.
Nobody's shitting on the fucking ground.
Nobody's shooting up in their feet,
Exactly,
standing
yeah.
in the way of the fucking crosswalk. It's like, hey, I know you're trying to shoot up in your foot, but can you move over so we can just cross the street?
Exactly.
Don't mean to inconvenience you.
Don't want it. There's just a lot of potential accidents if I walk over you. You know what I mean?
Fucking crazy, dude. It's fucking nuts. It doesn't seem real when you go down there.
No, for sure.
So what brought you to Reno?
Girl.
A girl.
Mm-hmm. So, like I was living in Susanville, and then I met her on one of those dating apps, and she was coming to see me every weekend. And then I was like, well, my buddy wants to move to Los Angeles, so I'm going with him. So, I mean, we could break it off now and, like, save face. And she's like, well, I like hanging out with you. I was like, all right, cool. So then we kept hanging out, and then she dropped me off at this Chinese place. The next day I was in Los Angeles. Didn't work out. Like, we ended up meeting some dude on Craigslist. Some shady roommate shit happened. So then she came back and got me. I lived with her for like a month. Moved in with her parents because she couldn't afford rent. I didn't have a job. I used to be a scumbag. I didn't know what I was doing. Immature. Moved in with her parents. We got in a huge ass fight. Found out that she was cheating on me. Then I moved in with my mom, and I've lived here ever since.
Oh, okay. So you had your mom lived here?
She still does, yeah. I live in the Valley.
All right. So there's a little bit of a back cushion, quote unquote. Probably not. You're like not an option. I didn't want to have to live with my mom.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Obviously, you know, especially when you have a rough upbringing. It's like I'm not trying to fucking open a scar.
No.
You know, those hurt worse.
Yeah.
Well, that fucking sucks. But so you just decided to stay. You weren't like.
Yeah, I like it here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's gotten a little gentrified over the years. It's gotten a little more expensive.
Yeah,
but
fucking for sure.
Yeah, I still like it.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. It's like, hey man, not every house is in Midtown.
Yeah.
Why are you charging me that? What the fuck is going on?
No.
Here, I live instead. I live instead. Why are you charging me Midtown prices?
This house is literally on fire right now. What are you? It's not worth $2,000 a month.
But we got a moving deal.
Yeah. Fucking. What do you? There's no
So
stove.
fucking
We got a fucking campfire in the back, but it'll work.
So, a little bit about your music. Obviously, like you do have a shit ton of music. I mean, shit, more than me. more than him, more than us combined as solo artists. For sure. Shit, more than me in my group and him combined. So, yeah, I'd say you're doing good, you know. So I'm very curious about how you write, how long it takes. You said you record your own stuff. We were talking a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
You've always recorded your own music?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Fucking A. That's dope. I feel like it's weird rapping in front of other people, like going to a studio. I just waste so much money just being nervous and like not sounding right.
Yeah, unless I know them and I'm comfortable with them, you know what I mean?
I still get nervous when I go to Bozzy's or fucking Cash Hill.
Yeah.
I still am just like, I don't know. I don't like him. Like they're listening to me. They don't like it. Me. So that's good because I'm the same way. I record over there in fucking my dark corner.
Yeah.
I bring it on back. It's called a tag. It's called a tag, folks. Anyways, no. So you record all your own stuff, and you said you also mixed your entire last album.
Yeah.
But I want to take it back to 2018.
Okay.
Because you released 2 albums that year.
Yeah, I did. I sure did.
Both, I think technically one's an EP and one would be considered an album. One was 8 songs, one was 10 songs. Is there a reason you didn't release them together? Were they written at completely different times, or because one was like I think I have it here. One was released in April, and that's the Impatient mixtape.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's the one that was 8 songs. So I'm just curious about your writing process a little bit, because when somebody drops multiple albums in a year, I'm always like, how did you do it? Because it takes me forever to write. Yeah. And it's not like you write shitty. We were talking about it earlier. Like, you have like very clever lines, you know, and
thank you.
You rhyme like multiple syllabic, and you know it shows your influences like the same shit that we like. We can you know, we can tell by the.
Well, that's why I love y'all.
Well, exactly. That's why you're here. But I'm curious about your writing and recording process. Are you a quick writer? Does it take a long time? Do you sit on songs? Because, like I said, you released 2 albums in 1 year.
I cheated.
How'd you do that?
A lot. Like some of those songs were released on Bandcamp for quite a while, and then I went back and remastered them, remixed them, or whatever.
Oh, okay.
So the Impatient, it was supposed to be an EP, but apparently DistroKid's like, anything over 4 is not an EP. It's like, okay, well, just call it a mixtape then. That's why it has a little thing that says mixtape, like it's a stamp.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it was supposed to be an EP. Like I was just like, I'm impatient, so that's why I called it that. Like, get this stuff out. Like I was trying to flush the old stuff out, and then came back with the album after that.
Okay.
So the album was a lot more. The mixtape was more written way before the album was. Like the album. Those were all old songs. I was like, well, nobody's heard these, so I'll like release these officially on Spotify, and then it was kind of just like a thing to hold people over until the album came out.
Yeah. Smart move.
Yeah.
Really is. I feel like anybody that has something that they feel is quality and is on something like SoundCloud or Bandcamp before, you know, that the transition of into streaming, because for a while it was like, how the fuck do you even get your music on Pandora and this new Spotify thing? You know, it's like, how do you even do that? You probably have to have a record deal or something. I had no idea how to do that shit. So it was Bandcamp and SoundCloud and fucking Dat Piff or whatever, you know what I'm saying? All those. So that's a great idea. Anybody listening, you should learn a lesson from that. If you have some music out there that's a little bit older on a different platform
that you want people to hear,
that you're proud of, if it's still out there and you haven't taken it down and you still fucking share the link, like you might as well re-release it on all the streaming platforms.
Yeah, nobody goes to SoundCloud anymore.
It's so cheap too.
Yeah,
it's crazy cheap.
Oh yeah,
it is, dude. That's a great move, dude. That's really smart, because then you can drop an album, you know, towards the end of the year. Well, it was August that you dropped it, so not that much longer actually. And you're like, here you go. Here's another 10 songs, which people are like, oh shit.
Yeah,
that's a great move. So I have some questions about the beats. For, you know, do you make your own beats at all?
Okay, so I usually most of the time, yes. The Impatient mixtape had a lot that weren't mine. Okay, and there were, I can't remember exactly which ones. I think it was like half and half. Half were mine, half weren't. But it was from a buddy of mine, Dallas Stelz, we used to call him D Minor. And we used to work a lot when I was doing stuff before SinsHere. Mm-hmm. And then he had all these beats that he had made, and I was like, oh, these work for this. And then, because they were old songs, right? And then he had a couple on the album after that, Mr. Almost. That, I think, actually, there was a lot of him. I think most of the songs on there were his beats. And I only did like maybe 2, 3, 4. Oh, yeah. Okay. House Arrest was all me except for the bonus track, because I used like a sample in there. Yes, they were all me.
Okay, what about Gunflower?
Gunflower was all me too.
Okay.
Yeah, and that was awesome because I got like this spark up my ass. Like Eminem's Kamikaze came out, and just something happened. I was like, I got to make this, and then came with the whole. Me and my ex were having issues. I was like, I never made her a song. She deserved a song. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make a whole album for her. So that's what I did, and it kind of just like came like that.
Yeah, no, there's some good stuff on there because you definitely. I mean, you said it earlier. Sometimes you overstep the line and let people in a little bit too much. Mm-hmm. There's some shit in there that a lot of people would be like, God damn, But there's also, like we were talking about, there's a very specific genre of hip hop, especially that is like that. It's like because a lot of people deal with emotions pretty fucking hard. Mm-hmm. And that's a perfect kind of music for it. It's like I fucking like Bathtub. For instance,
Yep.
It's like,
people love Bathtub.
Yeah, no, and, it's.
It kind of blows me away how many people related to it. I had my buddy, his wife told him to tell me that she used to lay in the bathtub when she was, or she's like, I've been the person in the bathtub and I put people in the bathtub. I was like, that's a thing. I just thought it was my ex that did that, but like, my idea with that was. If I don't release this song as honestly as I possibly can, because those, the clips in there, like the samples and shit, those are real. That's a real argument.
Okay. I was wondering about that.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say, that's pretty good acting, dude.
It was not acting.
I was like, I know you like wrestling the game, brother.
I was not watching wrestling at that time. AEW was not around, sir. No. So she had an abusive ex before me, and she used to record it. So the cops came. So she did that with me for evidence, and then we'd make up, and she'd send them to me. I was like, I might be able to make something out of this. And then it was so hard listening to him. I was like, I can't believe, because I went to jail for that, and then went to counseling, mandatory counseling, and I'm a completely different person now. I was like, you know what? My idea behind that was like, if I don't release this as honestly as I can, and let the public know how bad I used to be, that I could possibly go back to that dude. So I wanted to just flush that dude out of my system. Like, this is how I used to be, this is how bad it was. And that was my thought process on that.
Well, everybody grows, dude.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the thing. People change, people grow. Sometimes people, have to grow more than others. Sometimes, that step that you have to take to change is a bigger step, a harder step. But that doesn't mean, anything less, because the fact that you did change, and the fact that you're willing to put that out there and be honest with it, and also use it as in your creative outlet, I think that's that's what I think music is for personally. That's the reason I use it.
Yeah, and not only that, but just on a personal level of it too, of like owning it. You can't hide from it, and you can't grow from it if you don't own it.
Exactly.
Yeah, you have to be accountable for what you did.
Yeah.
You have to admit to it. That's a lot of people don't. They try to hide from it, make excuses. And if you're just like, I fucked up.
Yeah.
That was my bad. And then you're not that person anymore. That's the fucking win, But if you continue to be that same person, it's like, then you saying, "Oh yeah, sorry, I fucked up," means nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah,
you putting it out there and being like, "This is who I was," and then if you went back to that person, they'd be like, "No, that's who you are.
That's who you are.
Thank you for letting us know."
Yeah.
But the fact that you're not that person it's powerful in a lot of ways. Because, I mean, for you, I imagine if you go back and listen to it, it probably pulls at the heartstrings, to say the least. But at the same time, you can also get a sense of accomplishment and pride out of it, because you're like, I'm not who I was talking about.
1,000%.
So it's it's like it's the good and the evil with it too.
Yeah,
so.
for sure.
Yeah, it's hard to listen to sometimes. Like, my buddy told me he watched the video. I was like, oh man, that was kind of cool. And then he listened to it without the video. He's like, oh, your voice is cracking. And I was like, yeah, I was crying when I was recording it. Dude.
Yeah, it's real. And I was like, you're not lying. That's the thing. It's real shit.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I'm offbeat. Fuck it. I want to keep it as authentic as possible.
Sometimes that's the way to do it, dude. I just listened to a re-release of Killer Mike's new song, Motherless, and he does it with it's like acoustic almost.
Oh, okay.
And he's crying.
Check it
he's
out.
crying in it. You can hear it. He's like straight up crying in it. It's like, damn, dude. I was listening to it on the way home from work today. I was like, this is fucked up. I was like, oh shit. I thought it was just going to be an acoustic thing. I was like, I didn't know it was that real.
Damn, whole emotional experience.
Yeah, dude. So I mean, everybody deals with shit like that. So props to you for that, dude. Seriously, because that's hard to do. You know, dealing with it and becoming a different person is one thing, but being able to admit it and let people in is a whole nother thing. You know, that's a whole different step that nobody really does. So hats off to you.
Thank you.
Because you don't have to do that shit. You don't have, it's nobody's fucking business. You know, it was a person who you were in the past. No one needs to know. But the fact that you're willing to be like, you know, it's washed clean, then I think that's great. You know, it speaks volumes, I'd say.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, and absolutely.
On the note of those 2 albums, though, like, I'm stoked to hear that you did the production because I fucking loved most of the production.
That's why I asked.
All of it, yeah.
That's why I asked. I was like,
I was wondering,
because some of them I was like, dude, this is fucking cool.
Yeah, I was like,
so different and cool, and I was like, so what do you use to make some of these beats?
Ableton. I use a mix of Ableton and Fruity Loops.
Okay.
Fucking A, dude.
Yeah. Like, drums are easier on Fruity Loops. I'll just sit there and like, I'll just try to make something unique, and then the melodies and bass and stuff are easier on Ableton.
Okay.
I just got like a little,
like a little like MPK thing.
Yeah.
Like a little.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
Like PK Mini.
A little Akai,
controller fucking thing. Yeah. Hell yeah.
I can't remember the name of the song. My phone. Well, obviously, we record my phone, but I think it's the second track on.
I've got a phone.
Gunflower.
We can look it up.
The beat on that one.
Smile?
No. I think it might be Smile. Where it gets a little like electronic-y in there, kind of.
Smile's the first one, actually, because I switched the intro.
Oh, so maybe it's Smile then. If I remember.
The second one is an interlude. It's
okay, so I think
it's it'd be Smile.
I think it's the first one then. That beat was fucking crazy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm always like weird about my beats because people hear them and they're not like... They're different. They're not really conventional all the time. So hearing that, I'm like,
that's my favorite shit, man.
Like corazón. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's a lot of conventional shit out there.
Yeah.
That's a dime a dozen. You know, so, you know, that's why it's nice when you hear a good conventional song, you know, and you're like, okay, that's nice because it stands out. But I think it's better if it's something a little bit more original, especially for your style. You know, you rap a little bit unorthodox as well as him, so it's like it fits. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'd be weird if you were rapping over 808s all the time and shit, like something that was Sour Milk is just a trap beat.
I love that song so much.
Yeah, so
quadruple hi-hats.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. Yeah, no, it fits you perfect. I think it's great that you make your own beats and then write these songs that are complex about, you know, fairly serious things.
Yeah.
Because writing a song like that alone and staying on subject and being that vulnerable, and while, you know, trying to be clever and, you know, rhyming multisyllabic is fucking hard.
Super, super clever. I think one of my favorites was Nachos. Just the way where you're talking about how you build them up differently, you know what I mean? But like it's just like I don't know, it's clever. You don't hear shit like that much anymore, you know what I mean? Definitely, not necessarily like a throwback in your style, but just like content wise, definitely Backpacker for sure. You know what I mean?
I'm
like
cool
you would hear something like that on like Slug saying something like that, or you know what I mean? So
heavily influenced by these underground cats.
Oh sure.
Heavily.
Oh yeah. I mean, shit, they help mold us too.
Oh yeah.
It's like, oh, you could be a person. You could be like a real person and make music.
For sure.
And that's it's like, imagine having to be like inauthentic the whole time. We always say this, like, imagine just being fake and having to pretend to be somebody, but you're not that person. Like. When you're not doing shit?
Yeah.
Like, how weird is that, dude? You're just acting the whole time? Fucking weird as shit. You just go home and you're like, oh, god damn.
Fuck, man.
Take the garter belt off.
Dude, like, fuck that, dude. I'm 100%
I didn't even get anything done today. You guys just out here faking all day.
Just out here fucking fake pumping, dude. Pump faking.
Pump faking.
I don't know sports.
So, as far as, like, so you started writing but when you were younger, but was it, you were doing it for music, or were you just writing and doing, like, poetry? Because you've got some, like, interludes on there that are just straight poetry, which... Yeah,
on, not Smile, but Gunflower, you have that song, what is it? Is it Sunpowder?
Yeah. Sunpowder, yeah. And which I think was my favorite thing out of all of it.
Really?
Thank you.
It's
just like spoken word.
Fuck yeah. So, I've always been... I started rapping first, and then I got into Sage Francis and B. Dolan, and they were putting spoken word on their stuff. Okay. And I was like, ooh, I like that. And then I had a stint doing the spoken views here.
Okay.
Like I was doing slam poetry and stuff like that.
Okay.
And I was like, you know what? I like this. On Inpatient EP, the first track, Naked Truth, that came out of nowhere. And it was a true story about a stripper when I lived in Los Angeles. And I was like, wow. And I went and debuted that, like, hey, first time, be easy on me. And then people were like, that was really good. Some rapper came up to me afterwards, and he was like, I look at strippers in a whole different light now. Like, oh, thank you. Like, yeah, they're kind of elegant. Like, yeah, you're right. Thanks, man. But yeah, I like mixing it like that because I like poetry. I mean, the artists I listen to and stuff like that. But I also grew up on Eminem, where he does the ABBA.
Yeah.
Aesop
I do
Rock,
that a lot too.
Aesop, yes, you do. And Aesop Rock is my favorite rapper, so I also try to mix. I'm just an amalgamation of all my favorites, I kind of think. So it's fucking hard though. Like, I am a slow ass writer, so I'm like, I'll write something that looks, I'm like, oh, that sounds dope. I'm like, is it heavy enough though? Like, sometimes if I don't have tears on my page and I'm writing it, I'm like, this isn't worth anything. So
everybody writes different, man.
Yeah, I'm very hard on myself sometimes.
Well, definitely love the poetry interludes. Yeah, I think
very creative.
Sun Powder and DNR were two of my favorite.
Oh yeah,
two of my favorite ones, for sure.
Yeah, the intro. Okay, yeah.
The intro for House Arrest.
Yeah,
yeah.
No, that one was pretty extensive. Did you? So it's called House Arrest. Were you on house arrest when you wrote it and recorded it?
No. So it kind of actually, I'm proud of this. So I wrote Gunflower when I lived in that studio.
Okay.
And I also wrote a good majority of House Arrest when I was in that studio. So what happened is me and my ex, like, I went to jail for domestic violence. We stayed together for a while. Then everything was good. Like, I was going to counseling and stuff. Mandatory counseling. I finally had the aha moment, like, oh, I don't have to be this dude anymore. Sweet. So I started working on it. I was readjusting my brain waves, whatever, to not be as angry, because that was like my first emotion all the time. And then kid had a freak out at school, and she had unresolved issues, so CPS took her away, and then grandma had to take her for a summer, and then they're like, you can have her back when you guys don't live together anymore. So she had to move into a different place. I moved into a different place. Gunflower is like a companion piece to House Arrest.
Okay.
House Arrest. I wasn't on House Arrest, but I put myself on House Arrest because I was like, oh, I'm a piece of shit. I ruined everything. Like, that's why DNR is written the way it was. Like, I had everything, and I woke up and I had none of it anymore.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm sitting by myself on my phone watching TV with just my dog in this 365 square feet apartment. Like, there's a studio over by UNR.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I never left unless I was going to work or Roberto's or 7-Eleven. So yeah.
Fucking A, man. Well, sometimes it'd be like that. I was like, damn, was he on house arrest? I wonder how long he was on for. How quick. That's why I was like, I wonder how quick he writes.
Yeah.
Because it fucking takes me, sometimes it takes me forever. Sometimes, I'm quick with it, but usually it takes me a little bit of time. I have to pick at it, and I'm never happy with it. Lately, this has been something that's been bothering me, actually. I'll write multiple verses in a way, and then edit a bunch of it, and then edit it again, and then I have all these 4-bar sections that were for another verse that are just sitting. It's very frustrating because I used to write and be like, I'm happy with that. Yeah. And now I'm not happy with it. And then I rewrite it and I'm like, I don't even know if I'm happy with that now. Because...
Would that be growth?
It's frustrating. I can tell you that. That's what I know it is. It's I just want to put music out, but I'm not happy with it. And that's the thing my whole thing is I don't give a shit what anybody else thinks. When I listen to it, I want to be proud of it. That's
You're your biggest critic. Yeah.
I'm the one that pays for it. I'm the one that spends the time doing it. I'm the one that's fucking taking care of everything. It's going to be out there floating around forever. Yeah. I want to be happy with it.
For sure.
So that's all. And sometimes I'm just like, God damn, I can't fucking write a verse for the life of me right now, dude. Just fucking struggling. Yeah. But that's the way it goes, dude. Sometimes, you get that quote unquote writer's block. I get in my own way a lot. Mm-hmm. And it was like, it needs to be better. It needs to be this. It's like, just let it be whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah. Sound just like me.
And you don't need it. Nobody needs to. My thing is almost every song I write, I put out. So
yeah.
I don't ever have, I'm not like, oh, I've got 12 songs that nobody's ever heard.
Yeah.
Everything I write, people hear. For Glass Tongue, everything we write, we work on it so much that I'm happy enough with it that it goes out. if I could do that, we would put out like probably 10 songs a year. If I could just be like, whatever.
Yeah.
But I can't do that, dude. I just can't do it. I get in my own fucking way.
I feel like everything I write, people will hear 5 years after I wrote it.
At least, hey.
An EP form?
An EP form.
And then it does way better than you thought it would? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's because people are like, we've been waiting for it forever. Fucking finally, god damn it. But so when you moved out here, how was it getting into the Reno music scene? Because we were young and we kind of, I kind of transitioned early when it was growing, and you kind of just got intertwined with it and we grew with the scene.
Yeah,
and we're a part of it, so it was like.
I think I came in like stage 2 right after that. Like battle scene got started, and then that's when I got in and.
So it's
make your way through there.
How was it like technically being like quote unquote an outsider and just being like, because I'm always curious about people's experience and whatnot with the Reno hip hop scene, especially back then.
Yeah,
this might sound weird. I wouldn't really consider myself for the longest time. I wouldn't even have considered myself in the scene because I kind of like just stuck to myself and did my own thing, released my little things. It wasn't until my first real beef that anybody knew who the fuck I was, and I don't do it to be like, 50 Cent did, like, hey, I'm dropping an album soon, so I'm going to start some shit real quick.
Well,
I was like, I got a personal issue with this person, so I'm going to do that. So
before we get into it, though,
because
we're going to take a break real quick, just so I can piss because I have a bladder the size of a fucking my son.
Yeah,
my son's bladder in me. He donated it to me. He's alive. Don't worry. You
guys just swap bladders.
Yeah, he fucking doesn't piss for 3 days. He's like a camel.
Right.
I want my bladder back. No, we're gonna take a break. We'll come back, and then I do want to talk to you about that a little bit.
For sure.
But yeah, we'll be right back, folks. All right. We are back. Just some grown fucking rap men here, just trying to get comfortable.
Yeah.
You know how it goes. God damn it.
It gets harder the older you get, man.
Dude. Well, we've talked about it on this podcast here. Bad posture, not the most comfortable seats. No. This is a dining table. You eat for 5 fucking seconds because I house food. Kicking it here for a while. It's not always comfortable, but we don't make money on this podcast, motherfucker, so fuck y'all. Anyways, yeah, so before the break, we were about to get into talking a little bit about, you being in the rap scene and how, you got into a beef with another rapper.
I know
some fucking classic rap beef up in this piece, man. How did that start? First off, you got into a little beef with the herbalist. I think is the technical artist name of her.
Yes,
right.
That's the latest one. Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. Just because I didn't do a whole lot of research, I did try to find a rebuttal or like anything like that.
You won't find one.
Okay.
All right. Well,
I did look because I'm always like, I got to give everybody a chance. If she has one, I want to fucking hear it.
Yeah.
Of course. But I know who she is. I've seen her in the scene before. I've seen her name.
Seen her play some shows.
Yeah. No. So I know the name. But I wasn't sure if it changed recently or anything like that. Just because I'm a fucking rap dad. I'm not paying attention to anything.
Yep.
I really pay attention to myself. Excuse me. Anyways, how did that beef start though? How did it all start? Like, where did this anger come from, and why did you guys have a disagreement? I'm curious.
Well, so it kind of stems from the first beef a little bit because she's friends with the first people I beef with, and there was this thing.
So who were the first people?
Yeah, let's go back. Let's go back to that. Then.
Okay.
Let's start with the original.
Yeah, we gotta take it back. We need a whole origin story here.
Okay. They're not too involved in the second one, but it's chapter 13. So him and I had this. The thing was like he was friends with my ex and he had blocked me on Facebook and he was talking shit about me on her page and I couldn't see it. And I knew he was a rapper. And then Kill Shot came out and he was on there like, hey, who wants to beef? Like friendly. And I was like, nah, you know what? I love this shit. I love hip hop. That seems disrespectful to this culture I love so much. I've been waiting to diss you for a long time, so here's my opportunity. So then I took that, and then I kind of ran with it. I dropped one, and then he was talking shit on Facebook, and I was like, you gonna drop another one? So in the midst of him talking shit on Facebook, tagging me and everything, all his buddies talking shit about me and my past music, I was like, okay. So I dropped another one while I was waiting for him. And then, 30 minutes later, after I dropped mine, he dropped his. I didn't know if he was going to drop one.
So you draked him, pretty much.
I didn't mean to. It was just like, that's what happened. And then his was full of lies, and he was claiming like my ex was trying to get at him and shit when we were still together. But little did he know that we were still together at the time, so we kind of snaked his ass. And then she went on his page saying like, yeah, we were good friends, but this is a lie. Like all these are lies. So he deleted his post, deleted the song, and nobody will ever hear that again. And then after he lied about all that stuff, I went ham on him on the third one. And then his buddy decided to join in after that. And it kind of like died, like fizzled from there. But then fast forward a little bit more. So this, I'm not even going to say his rap name, I don't like him. Daniel decided that he wanted to, like COVID happened, right? Mm-hmm. And they wanted to do, what was that thing, Versus?
Oh, yeah.
They were trying to do a Reno Versus. So the first person that gets tagged, hey, hate is a very good catalyst for, like, it's a good motivator, because the first person getting tagged for wanting to face anybody on the Versus was me, out of hatred. Like, oh, I want to show up this dude. I want to show that I'm better than him. And it was from this Daniel guy. So I was working on house arrest. It's like, I'm going to finish this first, and then I'll come back to it. And then like a month later, I was like, okay, so how do we do this? And like, okay, well, we're going to do it online and stuff because,
COVID.
Yeah, no contact, all that shit.
Yeah.
And then Angela added me on Facebook. And I was like, oh, I'm surprised you added me. And she's like, oh, do I know you? Because I thought she was trying to get like inside baseball information on me or whatever.
Sure.
And because I'm skeptical as shit.
Of course.
So it's like, oh, you don't know me? All right. I was like, oh, never mind. So I deleted her. And then like a week later, she shared a song of hers, and I complimented her. I was like, the first time I heard the song, I was like, emoji. And then now hearing it again, I'm like, and she took it as an insult. And she was like, I was raised, if you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. Notice how I've never said anything about your music. And I was like, whoa, I was complimenting you. And she's like, oh, that's a weird compliment, but thanks. And I was like, okay, all right. And she'd already been kind of insulting a buddy of mine who, he's not from here. He lives here now, but he has, he's a bit of a rap vet. Shout out to Serta. Like, they had this giant thing where he was at when they were doing the world market battles and stuff. Kind of a complicated situation. But she ended up taking straight shots at him, saying that she was better than him. And then she did this to me, and I was like, all right, I'm done. Like, nobody's putting this chick in her place, so I'm going to do it. And that's how that started. Like, that's how it started. Like,
over like a compliment / comment?
Yeah.
That she took the wrong way?
And, I felt like she's been disrespecting the culture this entire time she lived here. Like, it's pop rap, and it's lazy writing. You buy beats that are dope, and then you don't even write anything that matters. And I'm like, okay, do your thing. But then it's like, you disrespect this dude I know that respects the culture, and you disrespect me for trying to compliment you. It's like, okay, your ego is way bigger than it needs to be. It doesn't kind of suit your talent. I'm done. And nobody's been saying anything to her, so that's why I did it. I kind of just took it into my own hands. That's why it started.
Okay. So you wrote the first one.
Yes.
Because there's 3 of them.
Yes, there are.
So you wrote the first one. And she didn't respond. You said we're not going to find anything. Did she respond at some point and then delete it, or has she just ignored it?
So I dropped the first one, and she shared it. Actually, she's like, "Oh, this is hilarious," and she shared it, and it got a lot of views. And then she played the whole, "I'm too big for this. I'm too good for this. I don't want to like put negative energy out there." So I was like, "Okay, that's fine. I knew you were going to respond anyway." So then I dropped the second one, just for fun, and then that one got a lot of views without her sharing it. And people were like, oh, shit, okay. And she didn't respond to that one, too. She kind of used it as a way to... She turned it around like, you know what? Oh, no, with the first one, she was like, I'm going to use this as a means to boost other artists here. Like, tattoo artists and all these other artists. I'm like, okay, that's fine. But then she lied about me constantly spreading hate. I was like, I don't do that. That's not who I am at all. So then I dropped the second one. Like, this is who you actually are. And then she didn't respond to that one. And then I already had so much information on her, and I was so pissed off. I kind of like wanted to hit her with a melancholy cancer fist. I was like, fuck this. And I just dropped the last one. It's like, that's all my information on you. Do with it what you want. But like, this is everything I found on you for free. So that's kind of what.
Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, with the last one, I think it's the third one. You have a video that goes with it where you're like, I mean, they're all not just songs.
No.
If you watch the videos that are on YouTube, there's like screenshots and messages, and it's all relevant with what you're talking about, which I think is pretty heavy hitting. Mm-hmm. I mean, as far as like, you know, if you're going to be in like especially a local like rap battle, you know, a beef like that, and you're coming with legitimate facts and you're backing it with proof, then it's kind of undeniable. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Because, I mean, everybody knows in the battle culture or the beef culture, people will, especially local rappers who are less talented, will say shit that's not true or make something up because it sounds good, and it's just like, all right.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, let's really rap, though. How about that? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, be like, oh, yeah, I fucked your girl. Like, that stupid shit's like always like, okay. Dude, that's original. It's clever and original, man. I don't know. You're probably right. Yeah, you're probably right.
You know what's really original is I've never actually heard that I'm fat or gay my entire life. Never, ever.
Yeah.
I don't know why people would ever say that to you if they're, you know, unintelligent and can't think of something good.
I was going to say, out of all the battles I've done, like, so many people have fucked my girl. You know? Like, it's just crazy. It's crazy. Like, okay.
I paint my nails, bitches. I don't care.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous.
Really knocked that one out of the park.
Yeah. So I'm very curious as to why she didn't even respond. I wonder if she was just like, oh, whatever. Because I mean, you dropped. They're not just like, oh, I dropped like just a minute of straight bars. They're full songs. Yeah. I think the last one is like 6 minutes or some shit.
Yeah, it is. It's 2 beats too.
Yeah, it's very, very long.
Yeah. I was very, very angry.
Yeah. You went off. And I also saw in there that like you were talking to her brother.
He messaged me actually
at some point. Well, yeah, I saw because I listened to the song and it's like, then I was like, well, she's got all these screenshots. Let me stop and see what the hell's going on here. So I did a little bit of research, and obviously he's like, hey, because you had that line like talking about she's gonna die working as a waitress like her mom, and then he's like, hey, can you like not do that? She has nothing to do with this, you know. And you're like, oh, dude. Absolutely. You were completely respectful about it, which I respect as somebody who has a dead mom, you know. I'd be like, hey man, she's not a rapper. My mom's dead.
Yeah. Actually,
I think that's cool that you were super respectful and you guys you know, and obviously he was like, let me tell you the truth or what I know of her. But, you know, family's family. I mean, shit, my little brother's a cocksucker. I have a very large hatred for that fellow. We have a headbutting disagreement, and he'd probably say the same about me, you know. So, but I don't think I'm a bad person. He probably doesn't think he's a bad person.
Sure.
But, you know, it goes like that sometimes. But getting inside baseball is always helpful when you're like, I need to, you know, hit it where it hurts and make it sting.
Well, the funny thing about that thing is she was like, I don't like putting negative energy out there.
Yeah.
And I dropped the first one, and I got so many people going, hey, if you want more information, I got it. I had so many people hey, she's actually a piece of shit. I'm like, oh, okay. And I dropped the second one, and then people loved the second one. And then the third one, people were just like, yikes. And I gotta, like, honestly, I did feel bad about bringing her mom into it because I just wanted to do a line that like, yeah, fuck you. And he hit me up like, you know what, man, I don't like her, but can you please not do that? I'm like, you know what, dude, you're right, I'm sorry. But then I actually feel bad because all the shit he told me, I used in the third one. And I do feel bad for that. Like, I was trying to hurt her, not her family or anybody involved. So, I do feel bad for that. Like, I was just trying to be like, look, you are not as good of a person as you claim to be on Facebook or whatever. Fuck you. But, I don't feel good about doing that necessarily, like bringing him into it, because he probably didn't think that I was going to involve him in it. And I was like, I didn't think about it until after I did it. I was like, fuck, well, it's already out. So,
all right. So I'm going to play devil's advocate here. Check this out. We talked about earlier how sometimes people are not so good people at one point in their life.
Sure. Yeah.
And they change. Do you think maybe that was her past? And she's like, I don't want to she used to be this negative person. Maybe she has that past where and maybe she's not trying to be that person? Or was all that stuff like fairly recent?
So I would actually be like, you know what, that could be true, but I've heard multiple things where at shows she'll ignore people trying to talk to her, like other rappers. Yeah.
Well, so, you might hear that about me too, and it's also because I have really bad social anxiety. So sometimes, I mean, I've heard people be like, go up to Alan and be like, "What's up with Junes? Is he all right? Is he pissed off?" And it's like, "Oh no, I'm just terrified right now. I'm just scared to be here. I don't like existing in places. I'm not mad. I just don't know how to talk to people." So, I mean, that's why I said I want to play devil's advocate here, because sometimes you got to look at it from every angle. You got to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. That's why I tried to see if she had a rebuttal or something like that. Because, I mean, you know, dissing her on one song and fucking going hard and, like, doing that's one thing. But dropping multiple. Mm-hmm. And then the last one with, like, evidence and all types of shit.
Oh, they all had evidence.
But I feel like the last one's pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah.
It was, like, family members and shit. Like, it was pretty buck wild, dude.
Here's the thing. Is, like, if you look, I try to be a really nice dude. Like, I try to be humble and shit.
Yeah.
But if you piss me off, I'm gonna fuck you up. Like, I put a lot of energy into that. And the weird thing is, it was all free on the internet. I didn't have to pay for shit. I found that all just typing in her real name. I was like, how the hell is this accessible on the internet right now in my hands? I was like, okay, well, how do I write that into a thing? I had like a list of shit. I got to put that in there. I got to put that in there. I got to put that in there. So that's how that happened. Apparently, because like the showcase, I was like, June's like, hey, hold on. It's like, okay. And then later I found out, oh, you get social anxiety at the show. Like, you're running the shit, right?
Yeah.
So that makes, that's total sense. It makes total sense. Apparently she does the whole up and down thing. Like, who are you?
Oh,
like, do you know who I am? Kind of shit.
That's fucking whack. It's because we're all nobody.
Yeah.
We're all absolutely zero.
Exactly.
None of us fucking matters. So, you know, just be thankful that somebody wants to talk to you.
Yeah.
The biggest thing that pisses me off about
especially
it is, like,
if you're going to be in the scene.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And like the people's like, oh, you did it for clout. Pfft, dude, I'll delete that shit right now and start the views over. I don't give a shit.
Clout? Well, like what clout though?
I don't know.
Because just like you're saying, we're all nobodies. So it's like,
What clout would I mean?
Yeah.
You'd have to. I mean,
That's how
I'm not trying to talk shit about anybody. You have to diss somebody that was like relevant anywhere. You know, like it had to be someone really big to gain clout.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that word is overly used. Is my point.
Oh, for
I
sure.
feel like that word is overly used, regardless of who you're dissing. It's like unless you're dissing somebody that's like fucking number one, extremely relevant, and two is going to recognize it.
Yeah.
That's the only time you'd get clout.
Like,
if it boosted
like
who you were, like majority. You can't be like, oh, some people in the scene heard about me because of this diss I did.
Yeah, right.
That's not clout.
Like, because that's where I heard about you was from that whole thing. Just in those groups, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's not like I was involved.
Yeah,
or
that's
anything.
not clout. That's just local people sharing shit.
Exactly. But
clout.
like,
hate that word, dude.
So
me too.
So it's like, yeah, you probably got some increased traffic than normal,
for
right?
sure.
But like, you didn't make any money off of it.
Nope.
Like, you're not any further along than you would have been without doing that. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't necessarily gain anything from it clout wise.
Yeah, it wasn't like all of a sudden like, oh, dude, yeah, promoters are hitting me up to book shows and like fucking
exactly.
I gained 10,000 Instagram followers. No. You know, like it
was cathartic.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It probably felt great. You know, I mean, especially when someone wants to be rude like that. If you're honestly giving a compliment and she took it the wrong way, and you're like, I was giving you a compliment, and she was still like, it's like, all right, that's fucking just weird.
Yeah,
you know, because I feel like things in text can be taken out of context.
Sure.
Oh, for sure,
super easy. But if you explain like that emoji was like, oh shit,
yeah,
not like oh, I'm so surprised, like.
I thought it was dope.
Why are you so self-conscious about it?
Yeah.
Why do you instantly go to somebody's talking shit?
Yeah. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Why would that be your first reaction when you see a comment like that?
I think, and I got a lot of shit for, beef is old, diss tracks are whack now. I'm like, no. The era I grew up in, diss tracks are very relevant. A lot of beef, like a lot of good songs have been diss tracks, right? And like I learned a lot about, because like my friends were like, oh, I like that, right? Oh, that's cool. But like having people hate me when I drop diss tracks and they listen to my old shit, they made me a better artist. because they were telling me the truth, like, oh, your mixes suck, or like there's tags in this and shit. Like, oh, thanks. Like, I improved my game by being in beef in the first place. So
there you go.
Well,
yeah.
And
if you can take the criticism from being in beefs and you're like, all right, whatever.
I love criticism.
Then that's it's hard. The reason people are like, oh, beefs are whack, it's because they're uncomfortable being told the fucking truth about themselves.
That's the thing is that, like, that's such a... For people saying they're so in touch, that's such an out of touch thing to say. It's just nobody really beefs anymore. But like when Drake and Meek Mill were beefing, it was all over the fucking place. Everybody was great.
What about Drake and Pusha T?
And I was just about to say
so
Drake
good.
and Pusha T. You know what I mean?
The Life of Adonis.
Crushed it.
Diss tracks are still very much relevant. Just people. They don't do them anymore. It's nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not that they're not relevant. It's not people aren't doing them because they're not relevant. It's just people aren't doing them.
Exactly.
If fucking Lil Wayne decided to do one, and then Eminem decided to do one,
Eminem's the only one who still does. And every time he does it, it's everywhere.
Exactly.
Oh, he said this.
Exactly. Saying that's
you know
fucking oxymoronic.
Exactly.
It's like, come on, man.
Yeah, that's the most out of touch, in touch thing I've ever fucking heard. Yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes, I mean, if you feel that way, we were both in the battle scene. We both said negative stuff towards another person in a environment where a lot of people heard it. It lives on the internet. People can watch it and be like, man, Junes, you're using some pretty questionable language. I call a dude a faggot for sure several times.
A lot.
Yeah, and it was like back then it was hard hitting too.
Listen to Marsh Mathers LP. He just all over that song. All over that.
Like,
but you
in 2012
get canceled so fast.
Yeah, in 2012 people were like, all right.
Like, yeah, he is. I don't know.
It's like, I don't know. Yeah, it's like I don't use that word now, and it's not because I'm like sensitive to it. I just don't need to.
Yeah.
I'm not battling people. I'm not like trying to make a point. You know what I'm saying? Like so. But yeah, no, I understand the whole battle thing. So you have to get in that mindset. And for you were like, I genuinely dislike this person at this point. Yeah. I'm not happy with what they're fucking doing. I'm gonna go ahead and go in on them and let them know what's fucking some real hip hop is about.
Sure.
Because as we talked
100%,
about,
100%.
we grew up on like rap.
Yes.
Bars, writing, rhyming, really technical, fucking in-depth shit where it has like multiple innuendos. Like I fucking write lines where it's like it means multiple different things. It's like 3 different sayings put into one.
Sure.
Sometimes it might not make sense to people.
Metaphors.
But I'll explain it. I'll explain it to you and you'll be like, that's pretty dope.
Yeah.
But that's what we grew up on. And that's hip hop.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody fucking says. Hip hop is competitive. Hip hop is fucking conscious. And you know, I mean, and anybody that's like, no, it doesn't have to be that. No, it doesn't. But that's what it is, and that's where it stems from.
Thank you.
And that's what we love about it. And
Yes.
that's what I want to keep alive. Is like rapping. I want to actually rap. Like sometimes I'll get on stage and I'll be saying some shit like to the crowd, like opening for Mickey Avalon. It's like sold out crowd, couple hundred people. I'm like, we're up here fucking rapping. We're rapping, and they're like, we know, we're watching. Like, shut the fuck up. It's like, but I'm so proud of it because like, so there's a lot of people out there who just fake the fucking funk, especially in local scenes. It happens in every goddamn city. You know, they're influenced. They want to do something, but they're like, well, I don't know what to do. I'm gonna do whatever is popular, and it's like the most watered down, generic, fucking shitty thing that exists. And then they're cocky about it.
Yeah.
And you got to be like, you know, if you feel some type of way, you got to say something.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's
nowadays.
the thing too.
It's rare for me to be upset about that shit. I'm just like, all right, do your thing, dude.
Yeah.
Have fun, enjoy.
Well, that's the thing too. Is you know, because I do the poetry stuff, and then I like my writing. I wanted to prove I was a well-rounded MC. Like I could write whatever I needed to.
Yeah.
Like you give me a topic, it might take me a while to write it, but I will write it. Like you give me something I don't like I want to be able to do it all. Like that's why with the first track, I was like, okay, I'm gonna prove that I can rap fast right now. Like she raps fast, I'm gonna sit there and do it too because I don't usually. So I'm like, okay, like I could do that too. Like I was just I want to be a well-rounded MC in everything. Like you know, like I just said, poetry, the complex rhymes, diss. I want to be able to do it all. So that was another part of it too.
Fucking A, man. Yeah. I mean, practice makes perfect.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, you do got to, I mean, it is nice to go ahead and test all your abilities and dabble in it. You know what I'm saying?
I still can't like, like same way you're saying, like it doesn't bother me as much anymore, at least with specific people. It used to really bother me with like specific people, you know, I'd be like, oh fuck that, why is that guy getting, you know, not even on some like hater stuff, it's just like, you're not good, like I don't understand why you're
not know you're not good.
Exactly, you know. And then but now I just kind of
especially years later, if you see them still rapping like 3 years later and you're like, you're not any better,
exactly,
you haven't gotten better.
So it's like those dudes, I just kind of I just lump them all together, and then I'll make a somewhat like diss track, but more like at a group. But like it's hard
like in general.
It's hard to leave that like that battle essence is still there regardless. You know,
if I'm writing some rapper bars, there's definitely some people I've got kind of. That I'm writing about.
Oh, for sure.
At least a group of people, a type of people, of rappers or music or industry people.
They're all so much the same these days. Where it's like it's hard to be mad at this one person, but then not be mad at this person when they're doing the same fucking thing.
You are the same guy.
They all do the same stuff, so it's like I'm mad at just the guy, you know, like you guys have all been Voltron together as the guy, and I don't like you guys.
Don't like that guy.
I don't like that guy.
Well, fuck. You know, A Beef's cool. You guys can go check it out. You'll find his YouTube if you want to look for it.
Did you ever think about battling at all?
I did actually, yeah. Like I actually got the versus thing was supposed to be like the Reno versus was supposed to be that too, but it wasn't like battling. It was song versus song.
Yeah.
Like the versus.
I bought a fucking fog machine. I was ready to go. I was like, like people don't think I'm gonna be prepared. I'm gonna pretend like I'm not gonna be prepared. I'm gonna blow these motherfuckers out of the water, and then it just never happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've thought about going to the battle scene for sure. Like I've stage fright, anxiety. Like that's the poetry thing. Probably the hardest thing I've ever done. But like I've definitely thought about it.
Yeah.
It's just I just haven't done it.
You would probably kill in the battle scene.
Yeah, especially like the pre-written acapella battle scene for sure.
Yeah, I can't freestyle for shit.
You know, freestyle.
That's
a whole.
That's a lost art. Nobody really
unless I'm
freestyles
drunk.
battles anymore.
I don't even know if there is. They don't even exist.
I think it's like a novelty thing now. It's like we have all these battles on the card, and then we're gonna have a freestyle battle.
Come on down and watch these people goof up. New boot goofing on stage.
Goofing around out here.
The last time I freestyle battled was I was at a party in Westwood, and one of my high school bullies was there drunk as fuck, and he was like, I'm trying to battle this fat fuck, and then, like he's talking to somebody else, and then I drink and get my balls up, we end up battling, and I whip his ass. I'm like, shh, nice. I'm going out on a W. I never need a freestyle battle again.
There you go. There you go. Seriously.
I think last time I freestyle battled was against you.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
It was the only time I freestyle battled.
Yeah.
We won and done. Lost to you.
Nice.
I'm a fucking loser.
Yeah.
So it does happen sometimes. Sometimes you gotta be a loser. I do want to talk real quick about the haunted fucking house.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because this episode will be coming out next week. Obviously, it'll be coming out on Thursday, 1 week from today of us recording it, which will be right before Halloween. So folks can go fucking get spooky and get their nipples hard.
Open for like a week now, right?
No,
like 3 weeks, right?
What the fuck?
2.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That makes me feel like I'm not losing my mind as much.
It's
2 weeks is cool. 3 weeks, I'm
13 Nights of Fright.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Where's it at?
It is the National Bowling Stadium.
Oh,
right downtown,
baby.
Do you
just like deck the whole thing out?
Not the whole thing, but like a good section of it.
We got the whole zombie section. We just got the homeless people, put them in there, and they're just fucking. We got lamp. That's why Lamp Man, just standing there for 45 minutes, just zombies are nodding out. No, it's huge apparently.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's double than it was last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is your role in it? What do you do? Are you like a scaring one of the people that fucking sit in one of the rooms and you're like, I'm fucking gonna rip your face off?
You know, I still try to figure that out. Like honestly, like there's a mall section.
This is your first year, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're a rookie.
Yeah.
Rookie scareman.
I started doing stand-up, and then that gave me the confidence to go audition for it, and I killed it, and then like, hell yeah. So then like, I'm a big dude. So they were like, okay, we're going to put you in the mall as the Murder King, like Burger King. It's like, okay, cool. So they put me there, and I'm kind of just like this dude. For a minute, I was just this dude that stood there, like I didn't talk anything. I just looked at him, and then I just intimidating just being there.
Sure, yeah.
And I wouldn't let him move. Like, I wouldn't let him pass me. And like, just let us leave, please. And I'd bark at him or whatever. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah.
But then they keep moving me around. So which is awesome because like I'm trying to test my abilities to see what works better. They had me doing security, like I was ushering people. They'd come down the escalator from the beginning of the first house because there's 2 houses.
Okay.
So you come down this escalator, and I'm the dude sitting on a stool. I'm all dressed up in my gear, my costume, and they're standing like, "Where do we go?" I'm like, "Stop." And they're like, "Okay," and I make them wait for way too long, and then I'm just an asshole to them, and then I'm like, okay. you go through here, but so it was so therapeutic. Like there are people coming downstairs making stupid jokes. Like there was this. Sure, he's a sweet dude. Like he seemed like a really nice guy. He was a dude with his wife and kids, 2 boys, and he's making jokes like, "Oh, we got to battle this guy to get to the next house." And I'm just staring at him for way too long, and he's like, "Oh, he's gonna blink. He's gonna shed a tear." And finally, I go, "I don't blink, and you're not funny." And his son was like, "Oh, Dad, that's disrespectful." And he was trying to make me laugh. And I was like, "You're very fucking annoying." And he's like, "You sound like my wife." I was like, "You should listen to her." I was like, "Go through the door and get the fuck out of my face."
Nice.
But I'm allowed to do that.
Yeah.
And this is awesome. Like my character's great right now. And I just had a blast for like 6 hours doing that.
Nice.
Yeah. And then they got me in the theater right now. Like I told them, put me wherever you want. But the whole theme is there's a plague. I mean, there's videos on my Instagram too, but like there's this plague, it's infectious, and you starts in the mall, and then like there's a hospital, and there's like a ritual at the end where there's like a church and like all these people being sacrificed and stuff. Like there's a storyline to it. It's not just a haunted house.
Okay.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's awesome. And it's been really cool. Like all the people there is like very inclusive. Just a bunch of I've met a lot of awesome people doing it too.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
fucking A, man.
Seems like its own little community.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, we actually 20 of us went to go see Saw X when it came out.
Holy
nice,
shit!
dude.
There's 10 of those fucking movies now.
You know what?
Yes.
It was actually a decent movie too. Like I was a big Saw fan, and then it started to drop off, and I was like, you know what, free ticket, whatever.
Sure,
I went and saw X. Like, dude, that was it was like a return to form. Like, that's dope. That was a good movie.
That's just crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I didn't know there was 10 of them either.
Yeah.
Just came out.
God damn. Fucking little weird faced doll riding a tricycle.
Yep. It was cool though.
I've been wanting to go, but don't have a babysitter.
For the haunted house?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Bring them.
I'm not bringing August.
Hell
You're
no.
fucking crazy.
No, there's been little kids in there too.
Yeah.
Like there's places where they have fog and like lasers, and you can hide under the lasers. Like somehow, with some kind of weird magic, the lasers stop.
Laser magic.
You can't see under the lasers because the fog mixes with it.
Yeah.
So I'm underneath the fog, and I see this little girl, and she's clutching her teddy bear or whatever. I'm just like, I'm not scaring this little kid. I'm just like waving to her kind of creepily, and she's like,
That's just as terrifying.
That is
yeah,
What do you-
yeah.
Just as terrifying.
Yeah.
What am I gonna do?
You
Jump
want
at
some
a
candy?
No,
I'm
that's
a-
what I'm saying.
I'm gonna jump at a 7-year-old?
No.
Nah.
So August gets freaked out going to the spirit store. You know what I mean? I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, go fucking
My son's
on.
a very spooky guy. He's always like Freddy Krueger and Jason. He's never seen any of the movies, but he knows the characters.
Pennywise the poop clown.
Yeah, the poop clown. He lives in the sewers. That's what he says. When he's a poop clown, he's like, yeah, he lives in the sewers. I'm like, yeah, poop lands on him. He goes, he's a poop clown. Like, yep. That's what his hat is made of, poop. He's got a poop emoji on his head. Yeah, he sure does.
Yeah.
But he loves horror stuff, but yeah, he gets scared so easy. It's like, nah, it's going to be a few years before we get to do some spooky stuff, little buddy.
For sure.
But he's stoked for Halloween. He's like, he'll wake up and be like, is it Halloween? I'm like, no. Halloween's not for several weeks. The
Right.
day that it's Halloween in the morning, as soon as you wake up, I'll say it's Halloween.
And he's going to put that costume on immediately.
Yeah, oh, dude, he already wears it. He's riding the skateboard. He's riding a skateboard across the living room wearing his Venom costume.
Nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So how long is it open for? I guess we should do a proper promotion, right?
It is open until Halloween. Yeah. So
Okay.
there's actually there's gonna be 2 Thursdays. It's not this Thursday, but next Thursday and the Thursday after that where they're open. It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Okay.
From 6 to midnight. The last time that you can get in there, like if you get in there at 11:30, then you can roll through by midnight. But we close at midnight. Like
Okay.
the last time we
Okay.
take people is 11:30.
Okay.
And if you want $2 off each ticket purchased, type in electric spaghetti, no space, and then you get $2 off a ticket.
There you
Boom,
go.
boom, boom.
Well,
Electric-
how much are they?
$25.
So
there you go.
$23.
$23. You got the discount code. Save yourself a few bucks, especially if you go with a group.
Yeah.
Save a chunk of money. Mm-hmm. And you never know. You might see a creepy security guard.
Yeah.
Or who knows?
Oh, there's so many.
You're not going to be able to recognize him. He's going to be dressed up, fucking painted up, probably. You're not going to be able to recognize him, but you'll be shitting in your pants.
There are so many good people there, too.
Oh, I bet it's probably fucking terrifying, dude.
Well, last Friday, I believe, because they have all kinds of people. They have line actors too, like clowns outside messing with the people in the lobby and on the street. And this girl Maxwell has been doing this thing where she's eating mealworms, and they're real. And the person was like, "Oh, that's spaghetti," and then she proved it, and he was like, he had to run off and puke. So yeah, we don't fuck around at dark corner haunt, people.
We'll get you scared up.
Yeah,
get you scared up. Get you poop down. Pennywise poop clown. Oh shit! Well, that's cool. I wish I wasn't such a bitch and I had a babysitter. I'd go do it and be scared. I've never even been to a real haunted house. I'm always terrified.
Let's just leave Remy and August and they'll watch each other. Big one will watch the little one.
There we go. I've
got some Jay inside the box.
I've got an iPad. They'll take care of each other.
Yeah,
That's cool. I'll give them some snacky snacks, is what Remy calls them. Can you give me some snacky snacks? I'm like, I'll get you some snacky snacks, bro.
Got snacky snacks on deck.
Dude, snacky snacks all day, every day. Well, shit. Go see them. Folks listening, go see them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, go check it out. It's going to be super dope. Use the discount code. If you forget what it is, listen to the episode, or you can just go to his Instagram because he's always promoting it. Yep. He likes to hustle. He's a hustler. That's why we love it. We love hustle around here. Mm-hmm. We love ourselves as some hustlers. But I want to talk about the new music that you're doing real quick because we only got a little bit of time left. Yep. But I do want to talk about the new music because you gave us a brand new song.
I did.
That we're going to be featuring, which is cool.
Yeah.
But it's obviously not just a single. So let's talk about, what you're working on, the new project. Let's the one from this song.
Okay.
Or this song is from.
Gotcha.
Because you said you've got collaborative projects and working on multiple solo projects, but the song that you sent us.
So me and my buddy Relit, he's actually from Reno. He lives in Portland right now. We decided, we'd known each other since we were 16, mm-hmm. and we're both 34 now.
Oh, damn. So one of those lifelong friends.
Yeah, I've never met this dude in person.
That's cool.
Okay.
That's like a gamer's friend. That's what they say.
Yeah, we've always been connected through music. Weirdly enough, we actually met through beef because a friend of mine was like, "Hey, go check out my buddy's diss track on this guy. This guy, my friend's so much better than him, right?" And I listened to Tyler, that's his real name, obviously, but he was Dirty back then, and he was way better. I'm like, dude, I'm sorry, but your friend sucks. This Dirty guy's way better. And then Adam is a friend. I've been friends with him, since high school, basically. And then, share tracks every once in a while, like, hey, check this out. Like, he's improving, I'm improving. He does a lot of stuff on YouTube and Spotify, too. Like, cool. He has a shit ton more than me. And he was like, hey, what about a collaboration project? And he was like, dude, yes. So we decided to do a collaboration. It's kind of paused right now because life. He has his own business. So he's trying to get his own business off the ground. So it's paused. We have I think 6 songs complete. This is the one premiering is a solo, one of my solos off there. Because we were like, all right, let's do some collaborations and let's do some solo tracks to kind of, fill in the space.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really looking forward to finishing it. And it was just, I've done features with people before, but they were all from my hometown.
Yeah.
So it's been nice to actually work with somebody that's been doing it for as long as I have. Mm-hmm. So it really brought out of a lot of, more competitive hip hop in me. Not just, my sad boy girl problem shit I've been putting on house arrest and all the other stuff. Is I can actually just rap. Yeah. I just show off my skills and say some shit. So yeah, that's what this is from. That's what this one's from.
Okay, cool. Do you guys have a name for a group, or is it just going to be your solo names? Is it going to be
It's Buried Head.
Fucking dope name.
Yeah.
Buried Head. That's fucking sick. That's a really cool name. I like that.
Yeah.
Do you have a name for the project yet? I know you only got 6 songs. So.
No, we don't. I thought, because I always think ahead. I'm always trying to think ahead. So I'm like, oh, this artwork could work, that art could work. I'm thinking videos, all kinds of stuff. Right now, it's just, that's our name. And the thing is he had a group, Buried Head, and he was like, well, it was just a collaboration thing, like a collective, Dune Tree or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So he's like, we already have the name. Why don't we just make it us. It's like, I'm cool with that. Yeah, you already have the name, you already have the Spotify. Let's just do it, or the DistroKid, whatever. Let's just do it that way.
Yeah.
Let's just rebrand basically. So that's why we're Buried Head.
There you go.
And I guess it's a play on, I guess it's a dick joke. Like, well, that's fine with me, dude. So
okay.
I mean, I have some ideas for the album title, but we're very collaborative with things. Like, he'll send me something like, check this out. I'm like, dude, yes. Oh, I'm gonna jump on this right now. Like, anytime he sends me something, I get really energized. Like,
fucking A.
Oh, I'm
That's
gonna go
good.
right now. Yes.
Nice.
So
yeah, no, that's hard to find. Sometimes, as a writer, I'm sure you do. You get stuck in that position where you're like almost uninspired.
so much.
You want to write. You're like, I should be writing. I feel like I should be doing something, but it's just not there. It's just you're flat. It's just like, all right. But your brain's still like, hey, you have this muscle memory. It's like fucking the. It's the like you said. You're like, I try to quit doing the music. I can't. I got to find it on every corner. Oh, God damn it! It's the only thing you can't fucking get rid of, dude. It's like anybody that loves music and loves to make music. I feel like you're fucking stuck with it. You can't, like, how are you gonna hypnotise yourself and forget that you made music? Yeah, it's the one thing you can't get rid of. You can quit alcohol. You can do all that stuff. You're stuck with it.
Yep.
It's a fucking gift and a curse.
It really is.
It's a great therapy, and I love doing it, and I've done so much cool shit because of music. But also, it's like,
fucking sucks.
It'd be cool if I just what if I focused on a career and I'd be like, have lots of money right now. That would be tight. That would also be tight. If I had a retirement plan and a 401k, would be pretty cool. But fuck it.
And then when I'm not writing, I'm like, I should be writing. I'm thinking about writing. You know what I mean? I'm like, something bad just happened to me, or like something cool happened to me. Oh, I want to write about that. How do I start? So I don't know. I can't quit. I tried. Like I said, it's just it's embedded in your DNA.
It is. No, it's intertwined in your roots. You can't fake it when an apple falls. God damn it.
Can't fake it when an apple falls.
No, it's intertwined in your roots. You can't fake it when the apple falls.
Nice.
It doesn't fall far from the tree, man.
That's what I hear.
Yeah, my father, he wasn't a rap. It'd be funny if my dad rapped. Super old. He's like, hip, a hop, went to the park. Just old people rap. Fuck out of here, Pops. I'll battle your ass. Well, you want beef?
Want this diss track?
I'll fucking give you a diss track. You don't even know what YouTube is. Oh, man. Well, I'm stoked for it. We are going to premiere, like you said, brand new song. It's a solo song off the collaborative project Buried Head. I fucking like that name.
Yeah. Thank you.
Dick joke or not, I think it's really cool because you could use it for so many things. It could be
you
spooky.
Really can.
It could be kind of spooky. It could be dark. It could be kind of dark.
That's how I took it.
Me too.
You can explain it to me later. I don't understand the dick joke though.
I don't either.
Your
I didn't
penis
come up with it.
has a head, buried head right in the pussy, just like fucking. I feel like that's it, and that's why I was like, nah, I like the spooky one.
Yeah, I like the spooky one.
I like a weird cartoon picture of a head in the ground.
Yes. I didn't even think of that, so yeah, I like that one too.
So I like a buried head, like a fucking instead of a shrunken head, it's a buried head.
Yeah.
I told him we should make shirts where it's just like a chicken, but like the head's like in a fence post or like a hole in the ground, but all you can see is a little ball thing on his neck.
Okay.
There you go.
Something like that.
Fucking A. You have a lot to work with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously you're working on other projects. You said you have 3 collaboration projects going on?
So the unfortunate thing about that is one is with my friend Randy. Actually, shout out to Randy. I love you. And she is a friend of Big Wig. Shout out to Big Wig.
Big Wig.
She can sing. And we want to do like maybe just an EP or something, but like a project on like mental illness kind of shit. Mm-hmm. And then kind of in my wheelhouse already. But then I had this other one with this girl she's on my Big Mac stuff. She can sing her ass off. And I want to do kind of like, I don't know, kind of like not necessarily R&B, but just talk about like some dark shit, but in a weird, beautiful kind of way. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah. And then my follow-up to House Arrest, I kind of, honestly, I've put so much work into House Arrest, I'm a little nervous to follow up on it, honestly. I put so much work into that shit. I'm like, how do I start? But I know I got to do it. I might end up dropping another EP before the next one, too, like I did with Impatient EP and Mr. Almost.
Dude, you can double drake it.
I might.
There you go.
But yeah, I got all the shit in my head. I'm trying to get it out there
That's the hardest part.
Yes, unfortunately, sometimes I'm a perfectionist. I just want to like have fun with it again. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to just like shake it all loose out of there. So, but I got a lot of ideas.
Well, fucking A, man. I'm pretty stoked for it. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, for sure.
And, I mean, if you folks are interested, go find him.
Yeah.
He's not going to tell you where to.
I'll tell you.
But you'll find him. You can spell his name. I'll spell it for you. That way you can look it up. He's actually easy to find.
Very.
I mean, I can say this about your beef with the herbalist. It took me forever to find a fucking YouTube page for her.
Yeah, I know.
It's the herbalist, like herbalist, that word alone is like the fucking search engine for that is ridiculous.
I imagine there's a lot
It took
of
me forever to find her.
A lot of
and she's got a YouTube page. She's got,
yeah.
you know, like 135 subscribers. I mean, but it took me forever to fucking find it.
Yeah.
But I typed yours in and I found it.
First thing.
Boom.
It's because there's nobody else spells it like that. So it's SinsHere. SinsHere.
Right in the heart.
Yeah. So I mean, great marketing. I mean, sometimes your name is important.
Yeah.
There's a French rapper out there named Junes. I can't wait to fucking beef with that guy. Dude. Fucking dude's got hella shit.
Battle for the name.
Yeah, I'll fucking beef that dude up, dude. I'll be like, fuck you, wee. French ass motherfucker. His shit's tight. He's like, everybody in Europe's like boom bap. They're like, so he's tight as shit. I'm like, I don't know what you're saying, but it sounds dope.
Exactly.
You're probably a better rapper than me. Damn you, Junes.
It's so weird, but like, I can just say, hey, Google my name, and then it pops up. Like, you'll see my ugly mug on there, and I'm like, oh, shit. But
there you go.
If you want to find me, if you like the interview, SinsHere 1 on everything. That's it.
There you go. Yeah. And also, Jinx, you owe me 7,000 fucking grams of ketamine.
That's a lot of ketamine.
A lot of vet offices.
If you're lazy, it's down in the description. You can also give us a follow at the Rap Dad Podcast.
Do it.
Hit us up. Talk to us. Let us know. Tell us how you doing. You can also follow Melancholy775.
That's the one.
Follow me at Reno Junes. I do a bunch of rap shit with my rap group, Glass Tongue. We play shows and rap, and we do things. So come check us out. Give us a follow. Give me a follow. Make sure you leave a 5-star rating and review.
5 stars.
On your podcast streaming platform of choice.
Yes.
Definitely Apple Podcasts. It's important. That's the biggest one that we're on right now. So do it. And make sure you subscribe, like, notification bell, or whatever the youths say about YouTube. And a new episode.
Get a thing. How do people get those things?
At the end of the episode, I already explained that he's old. We already did this. At the end of the episode, that side of the screen will be a square from the last episode that we recorded.
Okay.
And then over here will be a circle for the subscribe to the page.
Perfect.
And it's after we're done talking and there's the song in the black screen. You'll see it. Just keep watching. And we're going to go ahead and end it on a brand new song from SinsHere called Kettle Corn. Yeah. Thank you for coming through, my man.
Fuck yeah,
Super appreciate
Thank you, man.
it.
Hey, honor to be
coming.
here.
Long time coming.
Honored to
sure.
be here. Big fan. Love you guys. Fucking A. I love what you guys are doing. I love this podcast so much.
We out.
Peace. Rap is dead. These fakes are feeding on a corpse. I laugh instead. I ain't even on the board, like I never scored. Cause I won't write the shit they settle for. The message board dissing me cause they don't get the metaphor. Bitch, I've been to war, couldn't end the tour. Didn't pass go. Blood makes the grass grow. Smells like pussy and petrichor. Right to my pendosaur. Never losing focus, too ferocious. Y'all are salty and sugar coated like kettle corn. Poison the rap reservoir. Saying shit that's been said before. Thinking less is more. Like tech just up and left a torch to some young, dumb, unimpressive whore with silence as her best retort that I make more to peddle porn. I don't expect support. I'll always be guilty in the justice court. The juror's a fake fuck, so I face front like I'm 10-2.
You ain't making any friends, dude.
Never expected to. Treat the rap scene like a trapeze. You fall, nobody's catching you. My city's destitute. Whack rappers and backstabbers, but I respect a few. Give them dap, take no crap. Trying to reach a level legends do, and you ain't doing it right without a death threat or two. Think you're tough, like I can't touch y'all. About as hard as a fluffy little plush doll. You know you suck balls. You suck balls. And couldn't catch a body at a trust fall. Bitch, think you're tough, like I can't touch y'all.
About as hard as a fluffy little plush doll. You know you suck balls. And couldn't catch a body at a trust fall, bitch. Life's a bitch, you better peep game. Nobody needs names or petite frame. I'm the conductor here to butt fucker on my sleep train. My lung butter dirtier than hooker toes. Cookie cutter rookie hoes, booking shows. Took me under, overlooked me though. Fly like a hockey puck, trying to chop it up with the butcher bros. Everybody gone, trust me Sean, spitting scud missiles. Fire like a fistful of blood thistle shoved up your mud whistle. Unsung sickle when the young gun dum still dropping humdrum dribble for some lump sum kibble. Nah, I won't be nickel and dime. They're a ripple in time, literal crime with a minimal effort and a typical network. No net worth or legwork on the pivotal climb to excellence or relevance. It's all about popping tags and copping bags. No one stops to brag about intelligence anymore. Think you're tough, like I can't touch y'all. About as hard as a fluffy little plush doll. You know you suck balls. And couldn't catch a body at a trust fall, bitch. Think you're tough, like I can't touch y'all. About as hard as a fluffy little plush doll. You know you suck balls. And couldn't catch a body at a trust fall, bitch. Think you're tough, like I can't touch y'all. About as hard as a fluffy little plush doll. You know you suck balls. And couldn't catch a body at a trust fall, bitch.